Hello, and welcome to this beautiful class. We are gonna be together working for 45 minutes, waking up the body, the mind, opening our hearts to start the week and the day in the best possible way. So let's come into a comfortable seat. And I will quickly introduce the class. Today we are gonna continue talking about the indriyas and the senses. I've got really good feedback from last week, and this is such a huge topic that I think we can anchor it a little bit more. So this is all about the inner and the outer senses, um, the inner and the outer experience of the senses as well. So it's the input that we take in, how we process it, and how we communicate to the outside world. And this is something we've been talking about for the last probably 3 months, um, during the journey of the yamas and the niyamas as well. So as I said last week, we've got 10 different senses according to the yogic tradition. The first 5, they are the yana indriyas, and those are all about the sense organs of the knowing, so all related to our mind, the sensory input that is processed in the brain, and we know them as the seeing, the hearing, the smelling, the tasting, and the feeling. And then we've got the karma indriyas, which are all about the instrument of action, so the way we act and interact with the world. And that's about our speech and the way we communicate. And it's not only the way we communicate with others, but also it has to do with how do we talk to ourselves? What's the inner dialogue at any given moment, really? Then we've got the grasping. So we talked about the hands and then touching. So the grasping really is the grasping and the way that we manipulate and we touch objects, but also, for example, in the yoga practices, how we put our hands on the mat and the grip. So when I'm asking you to press your fingertips and the knuckles on the floor and grip and hug, and how you feel your feet on the floor, the four corners of the feet, how you step forward. It has to do with proprioception as well. When I ask you to bring your right foot forward, then internally you will already know that which one is your right foot, and then you move it. It has to do with movement as well. Movement is a sense, and asana is kind of the celebration of movement. Is the way we shape shift during practice, the way we connect to our bodies, how we know what's going on in the physical, in the emotional, in the mental body. And I think that's one of the most delicious things that is quite unique to this practice. Then it's all about procreation. It's not only the sensuality, it's also the sexuality and everything that has to do with procreating and making babies. And then we've got the excretion as well, which is the act of relieving oneself. But it's not only the physical, but it's also the emotional and the mental. So, for example, when I ask you to take a deep breath in and exhale and release everything that no longer serves you, that's about relieving. It's also about knowing what are the things that are not really serving us. So that would have been part of the process of input, processing, and then output through the senses. So all these aspects actually all lead us to one of the 8 limbs of yoga, which is pratyahara, is the drawing inwards of the senses. So we can really know where we are in every single moment by moment. So it's an absolute constant, it's a practice. So we tend to kind of let our mind go and lead and just do its own thing, and then maybe for an hour a day or for 30 minutes, or to meditate maybe for 10 minutes a day, we bring it back in. But it's a moment by moment practice. It's that bringing the awareness in everything we do. As I said, so we know where we are in our physical. Maybe we have a physical discomfort and we want to soothe it, or maybe we are having an emotional something misaligned emotionally, and then we can bring it back into balance. Or maybe our mind is distracted or is obsessing about something, can stop talking, can stop thinking, and we want to stabilize the mind and bring it to this moment right here, right now, being able to surrender, which is something we've been also touching on to with quite a lot of focus. So at the end of the day, it's all about being right here, right now, in this moment. Can you smell your surroundings? Can you really hear? Can you see with soft gaze? Can you taste? Can you feel? As much as we are physical entities, we also have all these beautiful surroundings around us. This space that seemingly doesn't have any texture, but if you follow quantum physics, you will know that it's full of potential. So can you touch it? Can you perceive it? Can you sense it with your senses? So come and close your eyes and start breathing through your nose. You can close your eyes. It's easier to draw the attention inwards. Otherwise, if you decide to keep them open, just focus on one point and softly release any tension on your gaze. Inhaling through the nose, all the way into the belly, and long exhalations. And we are blessed with some live music, I think. Breathe in through the nose, all the way to the belly, and long exhalation. Now gently smile. Notice how the palate curves, the soft palate softens, and there is the space that is opening in the space between the ears. Tune into the noises around you. Got nature around, the trees, the dog, the birds, someone singing. Notice what can you smell. Also, you can start scraping your tongue with your top teeth, and then taste. So good morning to your sense of taste. Even if you have your eyes closed, you can gently start looking and opening the gaze to the outer corners of the eyes. Notice the forehead softening. Notice your belly moving, your shins or your feet or your bum on the floor. And today we are going to start the class with 3 Brahmari breaths, which is similar in a way how we finished the class last Monday, but we are not going to use the hands to block the senses. So keep your hands on your lap, and it sounds like a bee, like a bumblebee. So you're gonna inhale through the nose, and I show you first, and on the exhalation, keeping the mouth closed, it's gonna sound like this. So we are humming with the lips closed. You're gonna feel the vibration all the way in the palate, in the front of the face, basically. So 3 repetitions of this. Inhale deeply and exhale. savor for a moment the effects of this breath. Notice the mind calm, the vibration through the body, which is inner movement of energy in a cell level. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes and come and sit cross-legged, chins parallel to the front of the mat, ankles under the knees. Good, and walk the heels so they are nicely under the knees. Inhale the arms up, touch the air. Notice the palms touching each other, and then exhale, fold forward as far as you can and sway from side to side. Notice if you're already gripping or tensing the tongue, the jaw. Start relaxing. I'm gonna really remind you a lot today during class to keep it soft. Maybe you want to fix your gaze to a point and just look through the outer corners of the eyes. Notice the breath coming in through the nostrils all the way to the belly. And take both fingertips, walk them to the left. Press the right sit bone down towards the floor, awakening the side body, opening the lungs. Keep the breath nice and deep. And inhaling back to center, coming all the way up. Change the interlace of the legs. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Again, you can sway from side to side or just allow stillness in the pose. Focus your mind in the present moment. Doesn't matter how uncomfortable it is. That's the skill. We don't want to live happy and joyful 100% of the time as we are made to believe. It's about being present with whatever comes. Being able to be in that peacefulness without attaching labels or criticism. Walk your hands to the right. You can lengthen through the left fingertips and press the left hip down. Deep breath to the ribs, the side body, the lungs. And coming back to center. Take your hands behind your hips, fingertips towards the hips. Inhale, press the hands, puff the chest, tilt the pelvis down towards the floor. Fill your upper chest with air, long neck, following the curve of the spine. Rolling the shoulders back and away from the ears. And exhale, come back to center. Lovely. And slowly start making your way down to downward facing dog. Again, feel your hands on the mat. Sensation of the hands on the mat and then the mat on the hands. Press the fingertips on the knuckles firmly on the floor. Notice the hollow space in the center of the palm of the hands. Hug the arms together, lengthen the side body, reach the hips up and back, and start pedaling the legs. And then slowly notice every step, coming all the way to the front of the mat. Hands to the shins, inhale, lengthen. Open the heart, open the chest, exhale, bow. Inhale, arms up and reach. Palms together, feel the sensation, feel the warmth, and bring them down to the heart. Good, and inhale, now arms up. Exhale, fold. Start flowing. Inhale. And exhale, back to plank. Bring your knees down, chest and chin down. Ashtanga namaskar. And inhale, glide forward, low cobra. And as I always invite you to flow, find the movement, staying present with whatever comes, sensations which are physical or emotional. Coming back to center, open the heart, exhale, come down, push back, downward dog. Two more breaths. And exhale, start walking to the front of the mat. Again, feel your steps. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Reach the arms up as you press the feet. Reach up with your hands, touch the space. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, and now inhale, bring it up. Exhale, fold. Lengthen and open. Exhale, plank. Bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And I want you to exhale here and take one extra breath. So we get out of the automatic pilot. And exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Exhaling, come to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Reach and open. Exhale, hands to the heart. 3 more like this. Inhale, smell and hear. Open the senses, keep it soft. Exhale, bow. Lengthen and open. Exhale, chaturanga. Again, extra breath in cobra or upward dog. And push back, downward dog. Press the hands on the floor. Notice the reverberation of the energy coming up through the arms, reaching back with the hips. Exhale, walk forward to the front of the mat. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale, bow. Reach the arms up. Notice the palms together. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good, inhale. Exhale, fold. Open and lengthen. Exhale, plank, chaturanga. Cobra or upward dog, extra breath. Exhale, downward dog. We've got 1 more to go. Don't rush through the poses, really leave the pose. Exhale, walking forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Reach up and lengthen. Exhale, hands to heart. Last one, inhale. Fold as you exhale. Inhale, then lengthen. Exhale, plank, chaturanga. Extra breath. Notice your automatic pilot just going off. And exhale, downward dog. Next exhalation, feel the feet, walk it forward or jump. Just do it with awareness. Lengthen. And fold. Reach the arms up. Exhale, downward dog. Good, now inhale the arms up. Bend your knees, sit back. Utkatasana, brush the fingertips on the floor and sit back. Tuck the tailbone in, bring the ribs in, hug the legs together, long arms. 1 more breath, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up to the sky, bring it between the hands. Back foot 45 degrees, warrior one. Take that left hip forward, right hip back. Feel the pose. Arrive to the present moment. Exhale, both hands down, chaturanga. Cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg up and back. Bring it between the hands, warrior one. Arrive, exhale, sit lower. Right hip forward, left hip back. Even if you have to lift your back heel. And exhale, hands to the floor, chaturanga. Cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Maybe you can start feeling the sensation of the warmth, the heat that is building up in the body. Notice if your breath is still steady or is it being bumpy. And exhale, bring it to the front of the mat. Inhale, bring the arms up, sit back, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, the arms up and reach. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, fold. Lengthen forward. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale at the top. Exhale, bring the knees down as you round the back. Inhale, arch. And exhale, downward dog. Lengthen those hips up and back. Reach back with the heels. Press the heart to the thighs. Inhale. Exhale, round the back, bring the knees down. Inhale, arch. Exhale, downward dog. Hips leading back and up. Last one, inhale. Exhale, knees down. Inhale, arch. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale the right leg up to the sky. Bring the foot between the hands, back knee down. Low lunge, inhale. Hug those legs and exhale, sit lower. Inhale. Exhale, sit lower. One more. And exhale, right hand down, left arm up and twist. Smile. Notice if you're holding tension in your tongue. Find a point to fix your gaze and look through the outer corners of the eye. Exhale, bring the palms down, chaturanga. Cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhaling, left leg up. Exhale, foot between the hands, back knee down, inhale, low lunge. And exhale, sit lower. Inhale. And exhale. Notice those hips, notice the tension, notice that opening that happens as we surrender. Last breath. Right hand down, left arm up and twist. Exhale, plancha, chaturanga. Cobra or upward dog. Extra breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Bring it between the hands. Back knee down, open the right foot to the edge of the mat and then open it 45 degrees. Left forearm on the floor, and I want you to take your right fingertips and walk them to the left corner of the mat and beyond. As you come on the outside of the right foot, open the hips and breathe. Relax the neck and notice all the places where we start holding tension. The jaw, the tongue. Gently smile. Open the space between the ears. Soften the gaze. Concentrate concentrate right here and now in your breath. One more breath. And then walking back to center, stretch your front leg into a runner's lunge. Remember, inhale. Now flex the foot, send the hips up and back. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good, keep it moving, flowing. Go with the breath. Exhale, then move. Inhale and lengthen. One more, exhale. And then lengthen the body, send the hips back. Take your left hand under the left shoulder and inhale, right arm up. So notice the new sensation here, which might be all the outside of the leg, outer hip. Really dig that front heel down. And notice your mind here. Is it labeling? It's comfortable, uncomfortable? Just allow it to be without, find the space around it. Exhale, bring it down, bend your front knee, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, forward to plank, chaturanga, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And now as you turn left, leg goes up and back, foot between the hands, back knee down, open the foot, take it 45 degrees. Right forearm on the floor. Take your left fingertips to the upper right corner of the mat or beyond. And come on the outside of the left foot, open the hips. Breathe deeply, soften. Two more breaths. Make them count, make them deep. Notice if the discomfort is making your mind check out and go somewhere else. Good, and then come back to center, stretch the front leg, find your runner's lunge. Dig your heel down, flex the foot, and your hips up and back as if you're arching the lower back. Lengthen the crown forward. That might be enough of a stretch, or you can fold if you've got the space. And inhale, lengthen, let's flow. Exhale, fold. 3 more times. Last one. Okay. Fold. And now as you inhale, lengthen right hand under the right shoulder and open up to the left. Keep digging the right heel on the left heel on the floor. Notice the areas that might be tensing. Stay open to the experience of the right here, right now. Exhale, bring it down and downward facing dog. Take 2 more breaths here. Now you inhale the right leg up and back. Bring the knee to the nose and take the knee behind your right waist and come back into pigeon pose. Some of you more open, you can actually open the shin 90 degrees. Otherwise, you can put a brick or block under your right glute. Anywhere you are, hug the legs together, so much so that you can actually take your hands off the floor. And that's gonna bring symmetry to the pelvis. And from that space, now start softening. Keep like a 30% engagement. Hands to the floor or to blocks. Inhale, open your heart, and exhale, fold. You're gonna do it 3 times. Inhale and open. Exhale and then move. hold on. One more. Start inhaling and then allow the inhalation to move you up. And as you fold forward, you choose folding forward with the hands in front of you, pillow with the arms. You can go to the right, you can go to the left. Just choose where you prefer to be. Notice if you are still having that 30% hug of the legs together, it will keep your pelvis out of trouble. A nice place in the center. See if you can lengthen and open your heart. One more breath. Good, and slowly start coming back onto your hands and push it back, downward dog. Some of you might want to reach the right leg up and start making circles with the hips if it feels a little bit locked. Good. And once again, bring the right foot between the hands. Open up, warrior two. Find your stand. You might do front heel to back heel or to the back, the center of the back foot. Whatever you are, press the right thigh back in space and tuck your right hip under. Open the arms, look through the middle finger of the front leg, or the front hand, sorry. Good. Inhale, reverse, and I invite you this time to do this floating reverse. So you take the left hand forward, right hand back, and on the exhalation, the Parsvakonasana can be classical with elbow on the thigh, or just reach back with your right hand. You can actually press your inner thigh back for more opening, and inhale twice more. And exhale, then move. Allow the breath to move you. One more inhale. Exhale. Okay, now inhale, going back to warrior two. Press the front leg, stretch the front leg into Trikonasana and reach forward. Reach, lengthen the underside, and then bring your hands to the shin or to a block. Take your hands up, triangle. And again, keep pressing the left thigh back, keep tucking the right hip under. And notice as we reach up with the hand, we tend to lift the underside, bring it down, lengthen, so we have symmetry in both sides. Zip pubic bone to belly button. And now scan for tension. Scan for all those places where you're holding on to. Maybe it's the jaw, the tongue. Smile, soften, open the ears. Soften your gaze. One more breath. Some of you might want to stretch the top arm forward. And inhale into warrior two. Parallel your feet. Interlace your hand behind your back. Inhale, lengthen, open your heart. Exhale, fold forward, hands overhead. Some of you might want to bring the head to the floor. Maybe you want to do a little headstand if that's your practice. And inhale, hug your legs together, strong back, come all the way up. And come into downward facing dog. Option Chaturanga. Remember the extra breath in your upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg goes up and back. Bring the foot between the hands. Sorry, bring the knee in the back of the wrist into pigeon pose. And from here, hug the legs together. Again, so much so that your hip points are parallel. You can take your hands off your pose. And then slowly start surrendering, allowing the hips to open. So we are going down not because there's less tension, but because we are allowing the hip flexors to open. There's a little bit, about a 30% engagement in tension. And then we're gonna pulse, exhale down, inhale up. Twice more. soften. Maybe smile. And on the next one, you choose where to go. You can go straight forward on the forearms, feel up with your hands, to the right, to the left. One more breath. And then slowly coming back up to downward facing dog, lifting the left leg up. You might want to circle. And then bring the foot forward, reaching the hands, opening to warrior two. Good. Find your stance. Press the upper right thigh back, tuck the left hip under. Find your strength. Again, you are so much into your own energy that you find that place of anchoring in your heart. Feel your strength, feel your courage. Vira means courage actually, so it's a courageous warrior. And then we are gonna reverse, option to float for 3, reverse, 2, and last one. Back to warrior two. Press the front, stretch the leg, and start reaching forward with the left arm. Lengthen the underside, land your hands, and twist from the belly, then the ribs, then the chest. Nice open warrior. Send the right thigh back, tuck the left hip under, and lengthen the underside. Now rejoice. Yoga, we get into poses, we arrive to the pose, and then we dissolve the pose. So now we are here in this present moment, rejoicing in this just shape, this form that moves the energy in a certain way. Some of you might want to stretch the front arm ahead. Good, and exhale, optional vinyasa here. And 5 breaths in downward facing dog. And slowly, slowly start walking to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, the arms up and reach. Exhale, hands to heart. And let me show you quickly, we are going to go through a sequence of standing poses now. We're going to start with the bow pose. So here we are lifting the back leg, left arm up. You're going to open the right hand as if you're hitchhiking. Take it back, grab the inside of the ankle, and start moving forward, dancing warrior. Then you press hand into the foot, foot into the hand, making sure that the top hip is in line with the bottom hip, so lowering that right hip down. Sorry. From here, we will come down into a figure 4 and sitting back, hands nice and high, so it's like sitting in Utkatasana in one foot. And then slowly move back into warrior 3. And then turning the back foot and landing nicely into warrior 1, lifting the hands up. And on the exhalation, we'll walk forward. So get ready. You're going into dancing warrior on, so step the left foot forward, firmly and nicely pressing down. Grabbing, taking your right hand, sending it back as if you're hitchhiking, take the inside of the ankle, lifting the arm up, reach forward, press hand and foot together. Good, breathe. 3 nice, long, soft breaths. Good. So come off the autopilot. Now start moving back up. Stay on the left leg. Bring the right heel on the left knee into figure 4. Sit back is in Utkatasana. Very highly recommend you to focus your gaze on one point and look through the outer corners of the eyes. Smile. 3 breaths here. Make them long, make them deep. Warrior 3, kick back, open the arms, fly, open your heart. As you lengthen through the back heel, lengthen forward with the crown of the head. And now turn the back foot out to the right back corner of the mat and slowly land into Warrior 1. 3 breaths here, right hip forward, left hip back. And exhale, step forward, beautiful. So now second side, step on the right foot forward. It's the left hand now that is gonna open outer rotation as hitchhiking. Grab the inside of the ankle, press hand and foot together. Right hand up and forward. Good, dancing warrior. Make sure that you're not overlifting the left hip up, just bring it down so it's parallel. Good, for 3 breaths. Good, and then slowly coming forward, left ankle, right knee, sit back, find a place to focus your gaze. When you're on the 3rd breath, slowly kicking back, warrior 3, open up, fly, find the freedom. Good. And then turning that the left foot towards the left corner of the mat, landing to warrior 1. And sit lower, 3 breaths. When you're ready, slowly step forward. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart, gently. Now notice the thumbs pressing in the sternum, roll the shoulders back and away from the ears. So you've got your heart in front of the heart. Anchor those hands into the sternum, feel the feet on the floor. And we do one last vinyasa. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Lengthen, open, and exhale, downward dog. Lang chaturanga. Exhale, downward dog. Good. And slowly start bringing your knees down, come onto your backs. Good. You're gonna do nice opening and cleansing breath as well for the whole system, not only for the senses, into our active bridge. So make sure you can touch just about the fingertips of the middle finger and the heels. Feet are hip width and parallel. As you inhale, hips go up, hands go back. And exhale, lower the hands, lower the hips. Twice more. See if you can do a count of 6 breaths. Now we're gonna do 3 more, and we're gonna hold the breath. So inhale all the way up. Now exhale forcefully through the mouth. Hold the out breath. Lower the hips, keep holding the breath. Notice the hollowing of the tummy into up and in. Keep holding. Inhale and exhale, bring the hands down. We're gonna do 2 more like this. Inhale, the arms up and back. Exhale through the mouth. Hold the out breath. Bring the hips down. You will notice the lower back pressing on the mat. Hold it, notice the hollowing. Inhale, notice how the lower back arches, and exhale, hands down. Last one. Inhale. Hold. Lower the hips. Soften. Inhale, notice the arch in the lower back. And exhale, the hands down. Good. Now open the feet as wide as the mat. Exhale, the knees to the right, left hand behind. So as you reach with your left hand back, reach with your left knee forward. I like using my right hand and keeping it on the tummy so I can bring the breath to that space, which is a bit tighter, and soften. Notice if you're softening, if you need to soften your jaw, your tongue. Connect again with the sense of smell, taste, hearing. Exhale anything that no longer serves you. Inhale, the knees up. Change hands, knees to the left, right hand up and over. Now reaching back with the right hand, reaching forward with the right knee, and breathe on the left hand. And you smile. And slowly inhale, bring the legs back up, knees to your chest, knees to the chest. You can sway from side to side, and when you are ready, stretch your legs into Savasana, open them wide, open the hands wide. Good. And breathe here. Again, soften the jaw, soften the tongue. Gently curl the corners of the mouth into a smile. Notice the upper palate softening, the space broadening in the inner ears. Remember, we can use our senses and allow them to go wild, to connect to anything, or we can actually tell them where to focus. You can choose from all the sensations where you want to focus your attention. Keep breathing deeply and allow the exhalations to help you surrender and letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Now very slowly and gently start deepening your breath. Inhaling into the belly, the ribs, the chest, and long exhalations. And twice more. Notice if you can smell around as you breathe deeply. And then bringing your knees to your chest, sway from side to side. Slowly start rolling to the right. And when you're ready, coming up to a comfortable seat. Keep your eyes closed. We are gonna close again with 3 Brahmari breaths. Remember, is humming with the mouth closed, a beautiful the sound of creation. Inhale through the nose. Twice more. Take your right hand to your heart, the left hand on top. Notice your mind calm, your body strong, your heart open. In this beautiful space, set an intention for the rest of the day or the rest of your week. How do you want to show up for the world? What do you want the quality of your senses to be? What work do you want to do? How do you want to serve? Thank you everyone for sharing this beautiful morning practice with me. To each one of you and my teachers, I bow. Namaste. And I'm back to teaching from home next week, live. And in the meantime, you can always find me on the social media platforms. Instagram is valeria.wellbeing. You can always reach me out. We are only a message away. I love hearing from you, your experiences, having your questions. It's really beautiful. I also want to say a huge thank you for the very generous offerings I've been receiving through the PayPal account. So if you so feel inclined, because I actually got people asking me by message, maybe that doesn't really show in here. Just below the video, you have a link to a PayPal account. It's Namaste PP. And if you so feel inclined to give a donation, you more than welcome. It's received with all my love and gratitude for the generosity. And on Facebook, I've got a really lovely community that is growing, which is called Self-Care in Times of Uncertainty, which I think is an ideal name for the times that we are going through, where we explore all the things: yoga, breathing, meditation, and nutrition, and how to boost the immune system. I'm going to be opening the doors to my homeopathic clinic when I come back as well. So if you're interested in natural health, the group as well is a really good place to start. And I can't wait to hear from you. And also including for all the members a free meditation to boost the immune system. So feel free to come and say hello. Let me know how this class was for you. I'm on the other side responding live on message. And yeah, I'm gonna be here for a minute or so more. Hope you have a fabulous day, a beautiful rest of the week. I hear there's Indian summer, lovely weather, which is so necessary. I think it's really good to have a long, warm summer before we go into the autumn-winter season. Remember to get your feet on the ground, contact Mother Earth, who's always there for us. It's really good to discharge electromagnetism and go into the sun in the hours that is not too strong, so you can actually get a lot of vitamin D without the sun protection, which is a block to the absorption of it. Okay, beautiful souls, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Namaste. And have a lovely, lovely day.